This year, we've already seen several unique ways in which people are celebrating our nation's 50th birthday. Now, this next story isn't just your average SG50 story, though. This one packs a punch.
Under an SG50 initiative known as the Journey of Martial Apprenticeship, 4 legendary martial artists from the pioneer generation were matched up with Singaporean youths eager to learn their skills over the course of 9 weeks.
Just who are these mysterious masters? Well, we went down to the Scape Youth Park to meet them.
Well, I'm very glad to be involved in this program in the sense that we're now trying to bring back the old culture of the Chinese way of character building. How do you mold yourself up as a man, as a gentleman? How do you behave yourself? What should be your mind perspective? How do you treat others? How do you see and behave?
最早的武打功夫片就是李小龙风靡全世界非常的出名。后来中国也开始筹备拍摄武打片，第一个武打片呢就是《武林志》，自己呢被选中担任这个《武林志》的女主角，这也是中国第一部北京电影制片厂拍摄的。
武术不管现代武术或传统武术呢，都是武术啦。但是传统武术跟现代武术区别的东西是，传统武术讲的是内涵，目前的武术讲的是一种艺术性的、表演性的，两种都不同。
来学习的有3种不同类型的学生，一种是华裔的，一种是马来族的，还有那个印度的。我把那个时光倒流了，我今年70多岁，和他在一起，我年轻多了。
I hope that Singapore continue to cherish what they have today and try to move forward, mold the children more and more into being more like a man and a gentleman, and be like an officer, a warrior.
通过学习武术呢，不光是强身健体，同时呢，武术呢也代表了一种精神代表了一种气质代表了一种提高我们的人格和那个内涵的身体各方面的一个锻炼。
Control, patience, most of all, responsibilities to the people.
I know, serious stuff. But wait, there's more. One of the masters we've just seen has a story that's straight out of a movie.
In 1969, amidst increasing racial tension in Singapore, the People's Association co-organized the first ever Southeast Asia Pugilistic Open Invitation Tournament, where neighboring countries sent their best fighters to compete with our local martial artists.
During these uneasy times, the country was in desperate need of a lift. Here to tell us his story, please welcome Master Chan.
Hello, Master Chan.
Hello, Shifu.
Thank you for having me on the show.
It's our pleasure.
So that was a big moment, the 1969 tournament, and we hear it was quite dangerous?
Yes, during that time, I was a novice, never fought in my life. Then I was asked by my teacher to take part in this tournament. And we had to sign 10 forms.
Oh.
10 forms.
Indemnity forms.
Yes, in case anything happened to us, no one is going to be responsible but ourselves.
Wow,
Oh,
10. Okay.
10.
That was really covering all bases.
It was quite dangerous in the sense that generally we are not fighters. I myself was a bank officer. Oh. And at that time, Alex Koch, the PA sports director, was asking me, Tim, what are you doing here? You're a bank officer. Why are you fighting? So this is purely my hobby. I just love it.
Yeah.
Okay. But what other countries were involved in this tournament?
Well, Indonesia, East Malaysia, Malaysia itself, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Vietnam, and Cambodia.
Okay.
So
which country had the best fighters?
I must confess, Singapore prepared themselves very well.
Really?
So at the first few fights, you can hear all the cheers for the Singapore team. The Singapore team was all wearing red T-shirt. So you can imagine what happens at the Gay World Stadium. All the cheers and applause going on. I think finally Singapore did very well. I think we won about 4 or 5 goals.
Okay.
Pretty good. The fighters from Indonesia were pretty good. They were all representing the 5 ancestors Taicho. And from Taiwan, they sent in a team of judokas.
Okay.
From the police force.
Oh, okay.
And they were all 4, 5, 6 dan black belts.
Wow.
So when they first came into fight, a lot of the martial artists are not used to being thrown.
Okay.
But after a few times being thrown by these judokas,
you learn your lesson.
when they rush forward, the competitors will sidestep and they will hit them right at the back. Now, in those days, you are allowed to hit anywhere, no holds barred. But now, of course, in the new MMA, you can hit the head, the neck, or the spinal column.
Right.
So I must say it was quite bloody in those days.
Right, and what was your first thought when you stepped on? Because you're a novice. What was your first thought when you stepped on that ring?
All right. First and foremost, most of the fighters there were more than 10 years training, more than 10 years. Not nowadays. I mean, you just train for 6 months or 8 months, hit the sandbag for an hour, hard and tough. I mean, those days we really sent up the so-called top disciples to fight. So for me, I was of course nervous. Of course, very nervous. But after the first blow, then you've forgotten everything. It is at that time in your mind you will say, die or to be killed.
Oh.
Wow.
I like that.
So how has that taught you in your professional career as a banker?
Okay. I started as a domestic banker. As I go along, I have only one mind, one aim, one target. I want to go to the top. And to do that, I must discipline myself, which means I've got to take up evening classes, correspondence classes, just to educate myself and to prepare myself for the future. And I must say, as time goes on, I became an international banker, interbank, and in head of treasury for Asia-Pacific region. And finally, when I came to Singapore, back again to work here, I worked for Barclays as a director of the bank.
Well,
great lessons to be learned. Thank you so much, Master Chan, for coming in and sharing with us.
Yes, thank you.
I'm so inspired.
Die or be killed.
Wow.
You know, when we come back, we'll hit the runway with some of the most beautiful ladies in golf today.
And also stay tuned to find out how you can win one of 5 exclusive SG50 shirts signed by J. Lee Woo and the Dukes of Media Corp.